a river flowing underground through a pipe. And we are now going to carry on that way to the south, and things will continue to get even lower, and we'll be able to have a much better look at all the formations that are surrounding us as we get further into the cave. And not too much further than that, we will get to the first drop, the pitch that will take us down into the lower section of the cave. And from there, we're going to eventually hit water. So let's carry on. All right, we're much closer to all these beautiful formations right now. A lot of them are very musical. We'll play little songs on them. Right here we have a beautiful formation which is actually well known, and it's called Brer Rabbit. If you look at it here in profile, it looks like Brer Rabbit. Rabbit standing on his hind legs, there's his ears poking up. And as a picture of this thing is made underground, everyone always remembers this particular formation here. This, of course, is a stalagmite. The ones that hang from the ceiling are stalactites. When the whole work joins together, we call it a column. And these are draperies, and sometimes you get them in a form which almost looks like fried bacon, so they're actually called bacon rinds. And from here on, it's about this size and starts getting smaller. And we're not too far from the first drop now. So we're going to carry on, and soon we'll be getting on our road. Yes, we have little rimstone pools coming down here, and the water just gets caught in them, and the calcite that forms these things is preferentially precipitating out and hardening and forming these formations at the edges. So we've got this nice, what will eventually grow into a stalagmite right here. That's a beautiful white limestone here. Then as it flows down, it forms these little rimstone pools. You can get these rimstone pools much, much larger, especially in hydrologically active caves, ones that are flowing a lot more, where they will be meters across and a meter or more deep, and really quite lovely. Okay, we are now getting down into a rather lower, more confusing spot. Because at this point, there are two routes onto the drop. The one route is rather nasty because it has one over the side of a long mud slope, and if people have to traverse, there's a chance they're going to come off and take a very, very bad fall. So I'm going to tie a fresh flag here for the sake of others who might come through, so that they know they're on the right route. Because if they were coming back this way, it's really confusing at this point. And if we wind up with people in here who really shouldn't be in here, really don't know their way, this might help them to get out and get home. So we have a flag there, and now we carry on, and it gets low, and now we get to do some crawling and scrambling for a little while until we open up the top of the drop. Okay, we're now at the first drop. A lot of it's along a muddy slope, and then there's a vertical about 8 meters down at the bottom. We're going to head down here, and then we're going to carry on through. There is a second drop over that way. A little ways goes down into the lower streamway, the very lowest level of Windsor Cave, but we're not going in there today. We're going to go straight through the bamboo bottom. So we're going to toss rope, and get on rappel, and go down. Rope! And we're going to leave this rope here because we're going to get to a section that floods at some point, and we're not entirely sure that we are going to be able to get through. We will leave this rope here if we can't to come back up. This is one of our older ropes. We're thinking of retiring it, so it's going to be retired to Windsor Cave. So anybody who sees this and visits this cave, don't take the rope. It's got to stay here. All right, on rappel, on rope. This drop that Dietrich's coming down looks a lot scarier from the top. So not many people actually come down here. From the top you just see this dark pit. From the bottom you can see it's really not too bad at all. Over to our right there is a drop that goes down further than this, probably about 13, 14 meters. Probably more like 16 or 17 total. So we get down into the lower streamway where the river floods on through during the rainy times. We come out at the north end of Windsor at an opening called the Resurgence. Good stuff.
All right.
Okay. And now
I have arrived.
Head further south. And further down.
Excellent.
We do believe this hooks in somewhere with the lower streamway. The main drop, the second drop, is over back behind us. And somewhere down here, this probably ties into it. This will be very interesting to get down here at some point and see how much mud we've had flushed out of this system. So we've had new passages be revealed. Old passages suddenly get the mud washed out, so once again, one can get into them. Where we're standing right now, during real flood times, the rain, the water level in here will come up 10 meters over our heads where we are right now. In Windsor Cave, the water table rises and falls 20 meters. That's why in the deeper sections of it, one has to be very, very careful because at the wrong time of the year, if you get in here too far, there's a real good chance you're going to drown. See, the water can come in fast, and you can't take chances in this cave from this point on. From this point on, it can kill you if you're not careful.